it's Cara, and today I'm going to be filming a couple of videos. I am literally already in my pyjamas, like I'm in a singlet top, but that was primarily because I had to weed the lawn and my clothes just felt so gross, and so I changed. But we're filming because it's been a long time since I filmed the normal kind of videos. I need to get on that. Okay, so 2 videos to film today. This first one that you're watching right now, which you should be able to tell by the title, is like a 5-month wrap up. So let's get started. So I already filmed a June wrap up, but unfortunately I forgot to edit and upload it, and I feel like it's a bit pointless just doing it on its own now, so I'll insert the clip of that here. So to start off the month, I finished Hamilton the Revolution, which I just hauled in the video that was yesterday. This is a beautifully made account of the production Hamilton and how they made it. And the full, like, what's it called, book of the musical. Like, this was really quick, obviously, to read, because there's not actually that much text, like, whole pages of photos are common, but it was amazing. I'm glad to have had this insight into the production. I love Hamilton, it's amazing, and I can't wait till the recording comes out. Keep an eye out for that, because I saw that was happening the other day. And I'm sad that everyone's leaving. Not everyone, but some people. And I have a lot of feels about Hamilton. And I have kind of waned from my initial hype. Like when I first got into it, I was really hype. And then the rest of BookTube got into it. And I was kind of like keeping it off BookTube because I didn't think it was that relevant. And then it has now like hit highs on BookTube. And I'm here in the corner being like, I listen to other stuff now, because I listened to Hamilton non-stop for like 3 months, and now I'm listening to other things. But yes, this definitely rekindled my joy for Hamilton, and I'm very excited to see where this production goes in the future. Yeah. Then I read a bunch of books that I don't have with me, but we'll go through them real quick. So I read The Amber Room by Steve Berry? Am I making shit up again? So I read The Amber Room by Steve Berry. This is a historical fiction along the lines of Dan Brown, that kind of like historical fiction adventure novel. My best friend recommended it to me, and was like, nope, you have to read this. We just watched Indiana Jones and the Mummy, and we were in a historical adventure mood, and he was like, nope, this is my favourite book, you have to read it. So I did, and it was good. I liked Dan Brown better, and I liked Matthew Riley even more, but it was up there, it was good. I love this genre, like, historical action adventure is my niche. Give me anything in that genre, and it's like my guilty pleasure read. Like, it can be trashy as all hell. This was pretty trashy, but it was so good. It's based around the Amber Room, which was a structure that got like an art piece that got lost in World War II, and the like refinding of it. And yeah, it's amazing in like a really trashy way. Like, it was really great fun. I think I gave it about 3.5, 4 stars. Like, it was just really fun. I wouldn't call it an amazing piece of literature, but it was great fun. Then I read A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. I kept looking at this going, it's so big. The first one I enjoyed, but I didn't love. Not anything like I love her Throne of Glass series, but then I read this, and praise be Jesus, everyone's rave was so worthwhile and deserved for this book. Like, oh, it blew the first one out of the water a millionfold. I loved it. It made the first one make sense. The things I didn't like about the first one made much more sense in context of the second one. It just blew my mind out of the water. And I'm very excited for the third one. I'm not going to give spoilers, because obviously, but if you read the first one and didn't quite like it, definitely, like, didn't love it, definitely read the second one, because you will love the second one. And I'm so excited for the third one. Like, so excited. So excited. Then I read The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. That's how you say it. This is the fourth and final book in the Raven cycle, and oh, my heart. My heart. I think I did hype myself up mentally a bit too much for this one. Like, some of the elements I wanted them to have more meaning, because I think I'd gone through the rest of the series convinced that the meaning of some of these elements would be resolved, but really they're just there to confuse you. So by the time I got to the fourth one, it's kind of like, oh, that didn't have a complex meaning. It was just being weird. So that was kind of a letdown in some respects, but the overall plot arc, 10 out of 10. The character arcs, 10 out of 10. Amazing. And the atmosphere of these novels is just, like, so good. Definitely check this series out. It is so worthwhile. They're very slow paced, like, they're very meandering, but they grip you and absorb you in, and the, like, character development is just like heaven. Maggie is queen of character development. Like, these are such character-driven stories. They're amazing. Definitely check them out. I'm so glad to have, like, finally finished this series, and I'm also very sad that it's over. And then finally in June, I read Love, Lies and Spies by Cindy Anstey. This was a fun, quick read, set in the Regency era along the lines of Jane Austen, with a bit of a mystery thrown in, and it was just a lot of fun. It follows two characters, Spencer and Juliana, and Juliana is trying to get her research published. She studies ladybugs, which is weird, but her family, her, like, extended family, is taking her to London, to town, for her season, which is how she thinks she's going to get published, but really she just gets into a lot of drama in season. And Spencer is a spy for the War Office, and is, like, tangled up in this big thing that has to do with her extended family and friends, and it's just great. Fun, nothing deep and complex in the slightest, but great fun. Definitely recommend. I think I gave it like a 3.5, 4 stars. Much enjoyed. So those were the books I read in the month of June. I'm hopeful to be back at the end of July with another wrap up. And actually, like, have read some things, you know. That would be great. At the moment, I haven't finished anything, but I'm partway through a couple of stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have read some things by the end of July. And I will see you soon with another video. Comment down below if you've read any of these books to talk to me about them, because I'm really hyped. And I will see you soon with another video. Bye!
In July, I read 2 books, both of which I have here, so let's get started. First off, we have The Traitor by Seth Dickinson. Oh god, this has been so long. Like, all of these, they've been so long ago, so my memory on them is terrible, but I'll do my best. This is a fantasy, like war strategy game kind of book, and oh, it's so good. So good. Definitely recommend this as a read. There better be a second one. It was a bit obscure as to whether it was going to keep going or not, but if it doesn't, I'm going to cry. I think I gave this like 4 or 5 stars. I'm not going to bother telling. My star ratings are total guesses at this point, because I haven't gone and checked. But definitely recommend this. This is so good. It's adult, definitely, like, has mature content, but is so complicatedly woven together, and the, like, intersecting plot lines are so carefully done. Just much recommend. Also, it has a lot of commentary on social constructs and things that's really, really cool, and a lot of focus on colonialism and things that just really reflect our current world and are really interesting to explore. Then in July, I read The Last Star by Rick Yancey, which is the 3rd and final book in the Fifth Wave trilogy. I did not like this as much as either of the other 2, actually. I think it was probably maybe on par with the second one. I just found after the first book, everything was just subpar. Not that this was bad, it was just, like, I can hardly even remember what happened. Whereas the first one really stuck in my head. So, I think I gave this like 4 stars. It was okay. It was fine. It was an okay ending. Like, I didn't hate any of like the second or third ones as much as a lot of people did. But they weren't as good as the first one. Then in August I read 2 books again. The first one is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling. Everyone has mixed opinions about this. Personally, I liked it. There were plot holes to the max, and it had a lot of issues with, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I had problems with minor characterization. I had problems where things that I like about Harry Potter, primarily like foreshadowing, couldn't really happen in this because it wasn't planned when the original series was planned. So like it was missing that deep foreshadowing that makes Harry Potter so like, oh my god. But overall I didn't hate it. Apparently a lot of people hated it. I didn't hate it. It was fine. And everything else was just like translational issues. When you write down a script, it loses a lot of its translation. But it's fine. It's good. I liked it. The second book I read in what month are we? August was The Sorcerer to the Crown. I don't have this on me. I've left it with my mom so she can read it. This is a middle grade to young adult, kind of in between, fantasy story following this magician that is trying to like fix the fabric of the universe kind of thing, as normally happens. There's like a pathway between their land and fairyland, and it's got a little bit of a problem with it, and he's trying to fix it to keep magic in England, and it's just so good. I really enjoyed this. It wrapped up really well, so I doubt there's a second one, but a second one would be great. Really fun. A great fun read. It was really good. Then in September I read 1 short story and 1 novel. The short story being Jack West Jr. and the Hero's Helmet. This is a prequel novella to one of the other books I've read in the upcoming months, which you'll see in a bit. And it's kind of supposed to just give a little tidbit. It was like a pre-release novella. Kind of hinting at a few things that are going to take place further into the rest of the series. Like the new released book is the 4th in the series. So it's not like prequel, but set. You don't need to know. This is by Matthew Riley. It's great. Fun. Normal problems that I have with prequels. I think I gave it 3 stars, but it was great fun. And I'll be talking more about the new book soon. Like in 2 minutes. Then I read Stiletto by Daniel O'Malley. This is the second book in the Rook, the Chekai Chronicles, Chekai Files, something. It's called something. I love this series. It's so good. These are supernatural, paranormal, alien, no, they're not aliens. Paranormal, I'd say, like supernatural, paranormal, mysteries. And they're so good. This is the second one. I can't really say the plot of this one. It kind of spoils the plot of the first one. But it like conflicts 2 different sides of this like paranormal war. And it's just so good. And it gets into the nitty gritty. And the writing style is just amazing. I definitely recommend this series. It is so good. That was September covered. I didn't do much in September. Stiletto took me like all month to read because I was doing so much other stuff with uni. But then we hit October, which is when uni finished. I finished uni like the first couple of weeks of October, and it was like 2 weeks of doing not much, an exam, then 2 weeks. Like, so it was really rather chill. So I read quite a bit in October, but let's get to it. First we have Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 6th? 5th? Something? 5th, I think. 5th. Yes. 5th book in the Throne of Glass series. I love these. They're so much fun. This is probably not my favourite. I don't know. There were things I liked and things I didn't. I found kind of, there was this, like, I prefer angst. I think Sarah J. Maas does angst better than she does lovey-doveyness, and a lot of this book was kind of on the lovey-dovey side. Which made sense for the plot. I just thought she didn't do it as well as she does angst. Like, she does angst really well, and she just didn't do this side of the plot very well. I didn't believe in it as much. But the plot itself and the development of, like, the overarching plot line was great. I gave this, like, 4.5 stars. I am so excited to read the next one, and, like, so much plot twist, so much but also most of it happened, like, here, so I don't know. It was good. I liked it. It was fun to read. That's the important thing. I read Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the Illustrated Edition by Jim Kay, which just came out, which was a great excuse to reread Harry Potter. Like, who doesn't want to reread Harry Potter? This took me, like, not long at all. Totally recommend. The artwork's great. That's all there is to say. It's great. Then in October I read Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs. This is a collection of short stories in the Miss Peregrine's series, I guess. They're historical, kind of. They're supposed to be like the lore of the world. And, oh, so good. Really love these. They were great fun. And the artwork in this, let me find one, is absolutely stunning. Much recommend. This is great. And then finally, you know, at the end of October, I read Matthew Riley's The Four Legendary Kingdoms. This is book 4 in the Jack West series. Guess that's what you'd call it, or following Jack West. This whole series is great. They're historical kind of, like, adventure stories, kind of like Dan Brown style, where they're following, like, true historical things in a fictionalized form on an action adventure. Indiana Jones meets Dan Brown, that kind of thing. This one is the lead up, so there's 3 books already, which was a fully contained trilogy, and then this is an expansion of the trilogy, and it's leading into, like, so there's like 7, 6, and 5, and this is 4, and there's going to be 3, 2, 1, and this is very much leading into the 3, 2, 1, so it's kind of like a prequel to that. So it is a little, like, too self-contained. Like, you can tell it doesn't come from this big plot beforehand, even though it's the 4th in a series. But that's fine. It's been a big break since the last one, so it's kind of good to ease into these. Like, it's been years since the last one of these came out. He's written, like, 5 books in the meantime, and had major, like, personal disruption to his life where he didn't write a book for, like, 3 years. So this is a good way to ease back into this world. But it just is so good. And he did something which was totally unprecedented and kind of did, like, spoilers, but if you've read this, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's almost become past the point of spoilers now because everyone knows about it. There was, and he said he's going to talk about it on his press tour. So essentially there's, like, a crossover from one of his other books, and oh, so well done. Loved it. This was so good. I gave it 5 stars. I breezed through it. It was great. So those are the books I've been reading for, like, practically the past 6 months. It hasn't been a lot. That's like a normal size monthly wrap up. But at uni, I'm terrible. So I think I'm finally getting a bit of my groove back. I've already read a book this month, and it's only, like, the 9th. So high hopes, high hopes. And hopefully you will see me soon with another video, which I'm filming right now, which is my September and October book haul, start of November, because I've only put, like, 2 books in November, so we're including those. And we'll do another wrap up if need be, but another haul if need be. So yeah, I'll see you soon with a haul. Look out for it. It's gonna be great, and I will see you then. Bye.